My topic for today is, but if you dare to believe. I will be reading in Exodus, chapter 14, verse 12 and 13. Then I'm going to read you my summation, and we're going to eat some spiritual food. Ready, set, go. Is it not the word that we told you in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die here in the wilderness. And Moses said to the people, do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today. For the Egyptians whom you see today, you shall see again no more forever. Surviving the wilderness and crossing over into the promised land. After Moses freed the Israelites from being slaves in Egypt, they still struggled. See, when you have been oppressed for so long, you start to believe that this is as good as it gets. After living in poverty for so many years, it's hard to imagine yourself free. So you'll go back to what you know best, which is the struggle. See, had the Israelites believed in themselves, they would have seen that they were worth it. They would have seen that God literally split the sea apart to save them because they were worth it. But if only they can see their own worth. See, sometimes life has a way of beating you down so much that it's hard to even believe in happiness. Sometimes, even when the sun is shining, you still see darkness. Life has a way of beating you down so low that you can't even look up. Shame hits you and embarrassment because you have so little hope. You ever seen someone who just looks defeated? That's how the Israelites felt. Though they had hope, it was only a glimmer. None of them believed that they were truly worth God's promises. Moses went on the mountaintop and thought it would be okay, but their thought process was, we were abandoned again. But had they looked back from where they came from to where they are now, they would see how much God loved them. A God who would split a sea apart, a God who would cast plagues down on a powerful Pharaoh, a God who would fight for them, but they wouldn't even fight for themselves. A God who sent food down from heaven while they were in the wilderness. He sent manna to feed them. Listen, if you just look back on how far you came, you would see God's love for you and that he was there for you the whole entire time. As I look back over my life, I see God's grace. I see the 13-year-old girl running out of my uncle's hotel after he molested me and tried to rape me. I see the 10-year-old girl sitting on my grandmother's porch, waiting on her granddad to show up. He never did. I see the 2-year-old girl in me, hoping my dad would show up, only to meet him again at 23 and have him try to sell me for $20 of crack. I see the men beating me and me running barefoot down a dark road to escape with nothing but the clothes on my back. I see me pushing my baby out all by myself with no gas and no food to even try to make it home. But I see me holding on to God, knowing that he wouldn't let me go. See, if they would have looked back, they would have seen the whips that God delivered them from, the murders that God delivered them from, the beatings, the rapes, the hunger that God delivered them from. God was with them the whole entire time. He never left them. Instead, all they saw was the false imagery of freedom that they never had. If we can dare to believe in a God that we can't see, if we can dare to believe that God loves us, we can get through anything in this earth. God has single-handedly chosen you. He has put you here on this earth for a purpose. And it is my mission, our mission, to help you see that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of freedom. You are worthy of peace. You are worthy of joy. You are worth all the stars in the sky, and He knows them by name. And He knows you by name. If you close your eyes with me for a second and you go back and you see everything that God delivered you from, I'm going to ask for a moment of silence for a second, because I need you to close your eyes and go back to that darkest day. Go back to that darkest day for me. Do you see it? Do you see that darkest day? Now open your eyes. Look how far God brought you. Look what He delivered you from. God is always with you. He never left you, and He never will. You're worth everything. The Israelites were like it, and they were worth it. But their thought process kept them trapped, and they weren't able to cross over. You will cross over. You will go into your land of milk and honey. You can do it. You are worth it. You are valuable. You are loved. And I can't wait to see you shine. Go in peace, knowing how loved you are. You can do this. I believe in you.